Sherborn resident and Democratic candidate Jason Poulos is running against incumbent Congressman Jake Auchincloss in the September 1st primary election. Newton News sat down with Mr. Poulos to hear more about why he's running for the Massachusetts 4th Congressional District seat. A product of District 4's public schools, Jason Poulos is now seeking to represent the community in Congress. He's running in the Democratic primary for Massachusetts' 4th Congressional District, drawing on his academic work in artificial intelligence and health policy as he enters the race. A current resident in Sherborn, Poulos graduated from Dover-Sherborn Regional High School before earning his bachelor's degree from UMass Amherst. He later completed a PhD in political science and computational science at UC Berkeley, followed by postdoctoral work in artificial intelligence and health policy at Harvard Medical School.
I have a lot of concerns about how AI is displacing jobs and impacting society in other ways, such as the construction of new data centers. And so there's not many people in Congress right now who are focused on these issues. And so I thought it was an important time to run and bring voice to these issues. My platform is a way to give the power back to people, and so that they can make decisions over their lives, their economic lives, and their lives in their workplaces.
Poulos is running against five-year incumbent Jake Auchincloss.
There are a lot of contrasts in this race. For instance, he does not support the Medicare for All Act. He doesn't support the concept of Medicare for All or universal health care. He is the only representative who has not, in the Mass delegation, who has not co-sponsored the PRO Act, which would help strengthen collective bargaining rights. And even though he says that he's against Citizens United, it took him 16 months to co-sponsor the Citizens Over Corporations Amendment, which would overturn the disastrous Citizens United decision, which said that Congress could not impose limits on the amount of spending in campaigns. And it took him 16 months to co-sponsor this act, and he did that because he was getting a primary challenge from the left. And so fundamentally, this race is a choice between whether the Democratic Party going forward is going to be a party that represents the billionaire class, the donor class, or the interests of the working people. And so it's really a question of whether the representative of this district is going to represent the people in this district.
Poulos' platform highlights four core policy areas: Medicare for all, protecting workers from AI-driven job displacement, establishing a universal basic income, and strengthening collective bargaining rights. Medicare for all is a proposed single-payer healthcare system in the U.S. It would replace private insurance with a federally funded program similar to the current Medicare system, guaranteeing comprehensive medical care to all U.S. residents without an out-of-pocket cost or age restriction.
In the district, there's a lot of concern about local hospitals closing because they're no longer profitable, and so private equity kind of strips them apart and sells the pieces. And so Medicare for All system would make it so that there's not this private for-profit incentive for healthcare.
With past experience with AI, Poulos explained how his platform will protect workers while also balancing innovation artificial intelligence brings.
So right now, the Trump administration is doing some kind of ad hoc review where if they don't like a particular company because the particular company makes decisions that are not in the direct interests of the Trump administration, they impose import controls on those companies. So we saw that recently with Anthropic. And so that's kind of this ad hoc system is not good for innovation. We should have instead a principled independent review board reviewing these model releases rather than just kind of ad hoc political decisions. And we really have to focus on worker rights and in enhancing worker democracy. And so one way to do that is by passing the PRO Act, which would help strengthen collective bargaining rights. It would allow workers to unionize. It would reclassify gig workers as legal employees so that they could unionize in their workforces.
Poulos' campaign is powered by the people. He's not accepting money from corporate or crypto PACs, AI PACs, or DMFI.
Politicians cannot represent the interests of the people if they're taking money from corporate PACs, if they're taking money from APAC, if they're taking money from crypto executives, if they're taking money from healthcare executives, if they're taking money from pharmaceutical industry executives. And so our campaign has an average contribution of $35, and 84% of that money comes from within the district. And it's really important because it means that if elected, that I would be serving the people in this district rather than Silicon Valley billionaires who live out of the district.
When asked the most important thing people would take away from the campaign, Poulos emphasized one common thread: ensuring common community members have a voice in how new technologies and policies shape their everyday lives.
It should be that I'm running a campaign to address the needs of the working class in this country, and I want to offer a alternative to the establishment politics, which is, I think, unfortunately, too focused on addressing the needs of billionaires in this country.
For more information about the Poulos campaign, you can visit poulos.house. This is Hannah Connors for Newton News.